American journalism as in what you call its hour of grave peril. That's a pretty serious condemnation.
It's a pretty serious situation that we're in. I think American media has a bad case of substance abuse right now. We are not producing the body of news and information that democracy needs to conduct its civic dialogue. We're not producing as much news as we did 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ago, and we have to reverse that trend, or I think we are going to be pretty close to denying our citizens the essential news and information that they need to have in order to make intelligent decisions about the future direction of their country.
So what you've called for to redress this situation is what you're calling a public value test. Doesn't that raise the specter of overt government control of information? I mean, people would say to you, well, what one person's public value is not another person's.
What we've had in recent years is an aberration where we have had no oversight of the media. For years and years, we had some public interest guidelines that was part of the quid pro quo between broadcasters and the government for the free use of airwaves that belong to the American people. And in return for that free use and the ability to make a lot of money, they agreed to serve the public interest. And that public interest to me right now is crying news and information, news and information, news and information.
But what happens if one channel comes to you and says, I'm sorry, Commissioner, but your value is not my value, it's not my opinion?
It's not that kind of a value. What we're talking about is, are you producing news? Are you putting more resources into news and information? Are you talking to members of your community of license about what kind of programming interests them? You know, we're such a diverse country now, and we used to always require broadcasters, when they lived in the town and went to the local barber shop and the grocer, we still said you have to have some discussions with the members of your community to see what their interests and concerns are. Now we have a situation where so many stations are owned by absentee owners hundreds or thousands of miles away. That requirement is gone. So as this is just a minimal assertion of the public interest, and it's implementing the deal that broadcasters always abided by. You know, we didn't have that great Edward R. Murrow generation of journalism in this country just out of the generosity of broadcasters' hearts. They knew that that was part of the deal, that they were expected to do that, and that the FCC was watching. And I'm not saying we did a goldenly wonderful job of implementing that, but at least they knew that and I've had people, Walter Cronkite and many others, tell me that that's exactly what the situation was.